What's good, everybody? It's your boy SBX, and another video topic for you guys. Not only just another game review, but this is a game that I've always loved ever since I was a kid, growing up in the 90s. And this game I want to talk about is Tekken 7. But before I even get into the details of this game, I want to say that I've been a Tekken fan for almost, 18 years per se, or longer than that. And I never had the last two of the earliest Tekken games, but I own Tekken 3, 4, 5, 6, and now 7. And also Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Never had the Tekken Tag Tournament 1, but I kind of wish I did. But anywho, folks, I feel like, my favorite characters were Harang, Steve, Bob, and Eddie Gordo and whatnot. So to me, I feel like Tekken 7 is like always trying to make things entertaining for every Tekken fan. But before I even get to the details of the game, I want to talk about the plot of the story of Tekken. Now, Tekken 7 takes place where this is like the final fight between Kazuya Mishima and Heihachi Mishima. Now, they've been at each other's throats for too damn long. And, in the beginning of the game, Heihachi threw pretty much Kazuya through the volcano and whatnot, and always come back to fight another battle. Now, despite the fact that Heihachi's known for being an evil guy in this game, you have to understand that his wife Kazumi was possessed into the devil's soul too. Now, it makes sense now how Kazuya and Jin get their devil genetics come from. It's based on their Jin's grandmother or Kazuya's mom or whatever. But I feel like the thing about it is that I would say that the story is pretty good, but the story mode itself is not long enough. This game, you can beat this game within 3 hours. Depends on how quick you are as a gamer, or however your pace is. What your pace means everything to you. But if you're a hardcore gamer, you beat this game like a couple hours or so. It's not going to take you a while, but it keeps you busy for a minute. So anyways, I'll say the pros about this game is that the story mode is cool because you get to do combos manually, besides trying to do things yourself. I like the fact that you get to play as Akuma, and he also has a story himself too. And to be honest, man, I think that Akuma is a really hard character to beat in the end of the game. So, in my opinion, I feel like, Akuma is the shit. Pretty much. I mean, if you put Akuma into any category of fighters in this game, Akuma is king. Plain and fucking simple. And I mean, I'm a fan of Akuma in the Street Fighter days, and also the Marvel vs. Capcom. I feel like, Akuma is the man, in my opinion. So, to me, I can only say that in the end of the game was kind of crazy how Kazuya actually killed Heihachi and threw him into the volcano in the end of the game. I figured that I never thought that would ever happen, but usually in all these games, like I said, if it's not Kazuya, then it's Jin and Heihachi, or both Jin and Kazuya are always against each other's throat, always at each other's throats too many times, you know. But like I said, you know, I think I'm not sure if this is it for Heihachi, because since the 5th game, we assumed that it was it for him when, you know, all those jacks came in and did the self-destruction and blew up the Heihachi's dojo, but he managed to survive that. So I think that he might survive this one, if I'm not mistaken. But you never know, man. But I have a feeling that he might not be in the next Tekken game. Or if I hope they don't stop at 7, because it's bullshit if they stop at 7. But anywho, also in my opinion though, is that, you know, the graphics is pretty good as always. It's more realistic than ever. The prologue in this game is too short. That's another thing I think as a con is that the prologues is too short. The characters in the game is very limited, which just sucks. And they're missing so many characters between Anna Williams, Chrissy Montero, Lei Wulong, Armor King, Julia, Zafina, Becto Sun, Bruce, Moko Jin, Wayne Jinrei, Roger Jr., Alex, Craig Murdoch, Genryu, and maybe Combat. You know, shit, we haven't seen Combat since, you know, Tekken 4 days. But I mean, Tekken Tag Tournament, they had all the characters, so I don't see why Tekken 7 can't even add in some more characters. So I think that's some bullshit, because they're too busy focusing on the new characters. But who knows, like, there is a DLC to download soon. You know, I hope they bring all the other characters on DLC, but I doubt it. But it's still bullshit that we're limited with characters. So that's the other cons about this game. It's just they limited the characters and they don't have too many people throughout the roster. So I thought maybe they just need some more time, and I thought, you know, they're just working on a lot of things, but this is all we get, which is bullshit, you know. And also, they're too busy as like I said, they focusing on new characters and adding Akuma in the game and shit like that. So it's kind of make you think like, damn, it's a good game, but the whole roster is shit. I like the fact that and now in Tekken you have a special finisher called the Rage Art, which is phenomenal, because, you know, just in case you want to just see some really cool attacks, this come in handy. Now it kind of it's the same way how they did with Soul Calibur with the whole finisher shit. And it's like, it's Namco, because Namco's gonna do whatever Namco's gonna do. And, you know, I figured that they was gonna do it like Soul Calibur, you know. But I feel like the Rage Art mode, I kind of wish that you can do it even if your bar was at a good position. But, you know, it is what it is. I like how you do the slow motion thing. That's really awesome. Also, too, if you guys are into wrestling, because I know I talk about wrestling on my video, for all the wrestling heads out there, it's another amazing thing. What they did was they put like New Japan Pro Wrestling t-shirts in there, as far as like the logo, Chaos, and my club, my team, my so-called gang, the Bullet Club. Too sweet. I was screaming so hard out of excitement, like, damn, they got the Bullet Club t-shirts on the game, you know. and it's shocking, and it makes sense how they had the Tekken Bullet Club shirt, because it's all about making business moves, and they collaborating between Namco and New Japan Pro Wrestling. And also too, if you guys never seen King's wardrobe, he kind of dressed like Okada, and also has the tiger mask kind of mask, the mask that looked like tiger mask from New Japan Pro Wrestling. It kind of makes it seem like they're mimicking the same way, just like the art of New Japan do, and I feel like this is awesome, and that's something big. And New Japan Pro Wrestling has always had a big promotion, and they're doing bigger things now, and that's something that the WWE would never do. I mean, they make video games, don't get me wrong, but not like New Japan Pro Wrestling making moves like this. But that's beyond the fact, though, folks. This game is so fucking amazing. Like I said, the graphics is good. The storyline is straight. As far as you playing as Heihachi and not Lei Wulong, but Li Chaolan and what's her name? Alyssa and Akuma and Kazuya, and the list goes on. Is that you're not fighting the normal way. You're fighting the normal way, but it's allowing you to do combos at the same time, which is amazing. I guess they're trying to make you feel like you have to fight the way that Heihachi usually, or whoever the characters fight, and that's kind of awesome in my opinion too, folks. I never thought that this game will have this type of art style, or have that type of moveset where you can do that. Regardless, Tekken's gonna always surprise you with some things, as far as that goes. If you guys purchase the deluxe edition, it comes with the season pass, and with me, I don't have the picture of it, but I do have a statue of Kazuya and Heihachi fighting against each other. In my opinion, I thought that shit looked cool, and I definitely just want something like that. And also, you get a soundtrack with it too, but I feel like this game is pretty dope because they have so much shit that you never thought would reconsider to happen. And also too, in my book, I think Tekken 7 kind of got better than the latest Street Fighter. It's better than the Street Fighter game, in my opinion, because it's like saying, man, Akuma's like, man, fuck this, I'm going to Tekken. And what happened? Tekken is kicking ass, because the last Street Fighter game didn't go so well. But this Tekken 7 game is, this is not your ordinary Tekken game. This is the best Tekken game I've played thus far. But it just sucks that it didn't have a lot of characters. So that's just -1 point on that. Or another point is just that the story mode was not long enough, and they didn't have a Tekken Force mode in that degree too. And also, in my opinion, is that I wish that they had a Tekken Force mode. That way, it could preoccupy our time to, play the game right without just, being bored. Like, even play Tekken Force mode online, like the Tekken 6 days, when you online, you playing with your friend, or if not your friend, a random person online. It's like y'all kicking like the soldiers or the bears or whatever's asses, the thugs, like in the Tekken 6 days, and I believe that was a good that story. I think Tekken 6 had a better story mode than Tekken 7, because Tekken 7 they just doing it like the shortcut way, and I get that people want want to fight more and less talking, but it gotta be more convincing and more into fighting. You get what I'm saying? Besides just looking at just mostly Heihachi, Kazuya, but Jen didn't have much to say either. Jen didn't have much of a story mode either. That kind of sucks too. You know, Jen is just like all fucked up and shit, and surrounded in the goddamn desert and whatnot. That's about it. So I feel like Jin's story was dry as fuck too. As far as that goes, I really feel like, you know, Tekken 7 deserves to be like one of the top games of this year, right next to Injustice 2, which I even have the game, and I will reconsider posting a video on that too afterwards. But with my opinion, I just believe that, you know, Tekken 7 is like, in my opinion, in my book, the best fighting game of this year. And, you know, because it's like, it's no other game that you ever play. I mean, I just wish that also too, the customization mode, you have more accessories you can do. It's kind of mimicking like Tekken Tag Tournament 2, where they just put in like whatever type of bullshit that anybody can wear, and not like what Tekken 6 did. Everybody has their own unique style of clothing, and I like something like that. You know, everybody wearing their own style of clothing would really match this dumb. But, you know, also too, if you're gonna play online, you know, whatever items you got or whatever clothing you got will actually help you in the long run, whether if it help boost your health bar or whatever the case may be. Tekken 7, you just wear the shit, just look cool or fancy or whatever. Change your hair, change your clothes, change your shoes, you know, if you want glasses or face paint, makeup, etc., etc. If you want to look like a fucking faggot, you go ahead. You know, because I really feel like Tekken got some weird shit at the same time with the accessories, putting like panda bears and flying goofy hats and shit like that. I mean, I feel like people if a game needs to look cool, you know what I mean? Nobody, like, Tekken has the most lamest accessories. Well, not all the clothes are whack, but what I'm trying to say is like, they got some simple ass shit, which I don't like. You know, like I said, Tekken 6 has better accessory, clothing, hats, and all that than Tekken Tag Tournament 2 and Tekken 7. But at the same time, Tekken 7 had to have all the rosters, and it was much more fun to play. But Tekken 7 is more hardcore with it, you know? And that's just, you know, every Tekken game is different. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, all the years, like, between 1 and 2 had the most shittiest graphics, but hey, that was the PlayStation back in the days. Because PlayStation never had those type of graphics back in the days, you know? But we all can say that, you know, Tekken 1 and 2 had the lamest graphics, but then 3 was like, okay, 3 had the best graphics ever, I mean, from the PlayStation, but not to mention 2, it's like, you know, Tekken 3, you had like people like Horong, Eddie Gordo, Lin Xiaoyu, Forrest Law, and I hope I'm not missing anybody else, but those were the characters. In Tekken 4, you know, the graphics got a lot better, and they had a better story to talk about in the game, in the end of the game and whatnot, than 5 and 6 just wrap it up. You know, 5th game, you just learn how to change your color of clothing now and put a little bit of accessories in there. 6th is just, damn, it's just top notch. And also Tekken Tag Tournament 2 as well. You know, like I said, Tekken Tag Tournament 2 has, you know, all the characters that you can possibly want to play, and also characters that you haven't played in years, since the last 2 Tekken games and Tekken Tag Tournament 1, you know? And I feel like, why can't the Tekken Tag Tournament characters can't be on a regular Tekken game, you know? Especially with this one, you know, the last Tekken game, you know, the 7. Why not? Because it will, like I said, it will be so much doper. But, like I said, this is still early, you know? And, you know, it could be possible if they're going to come out with different DLCs, you know, because it's always going to surprise you every once in a blue moon, you know. But if anything, I just feel like it needs to work on that type of description of putting more characters in the game, making it more fun for, you know, all the Tekken fans out there, you know, as far as putting like all the old school characters and besides, you know, the new school. I mean, everything, new school, old school, everything, you know. That's the problem with Tekken. They focusing on the new school people, not much of the old school people. They just care for about the current and the new school people. That's just about it. And like I said, they missing so many characters in this game. Like, it's crazy. Like the originals. I mean, like I said, I listed everything. Like Anna Williams, Lei Wulong, Armor King, Becto San, Bruce, Okujin, Wei Jinrei, Roger, and Ganryu. And those were the pioneers of the Tekken game. And I don't see why the developers didn't even put them in the game. But like I said, it's still early in the game, so they could be downloadable characters in the future if it's possible. I mean, hell, why not have any new character in the game, you know? Or if it's possible, it'd be even greater and cooler if they had any New Japan Pro wrestlers in the Tekken game, because they already put their shirts and costumes are in there, and the Bullet Club too. Why not have like any New Japan Pro wrestlers in there, like Okada or, you know, Tanahashi or Kenny Omega or somebody, you know? It'll be even dope. Like, I know a lot of people will buy into that game, but like I say, you can't really fuse fighting games to wrestling games, you know. It's a different perspective, you know. But like I said, it would have been dope. But like I said, you know, I know that shit is not going to happen anytime soon in the game. So, well, anyways, though, folks, I'm done here talking about this video. Please let me know what y'all think. Comment, like, and subscribe. SBX wrapping that shit up. Thanks for watching. Peace out.